So the other day I was telling my girlfriend that I had had a parent-teacher conference with one of my children. And I was telling her how it went. And I said, man, I almost made a video for my Facebook page as a review of sorts. But I changed my mind and I went on to something else. She asked me later, she said, is there any way I could get you to change your mind? Would you please post that video? Teachers need to know. So, if you're a teacher, I just wanted to say, the other day my husband and I went in for a parent-teacher conference. We were in there for a little over an hour with not one, but both of this child's teachers. They spent a majority of that time telling us what they loved about our kid. They spent the other part of that time telling us what the other kids loved about our child. Eventually we had to talk about the bad stuff. Some of the things that made us uncomfortable, some of the learning difficulties maybe, or the slowness on grasping some things. But they didn't seem worried. They just knew that this was a great kid. They encouraged us. They answered every single question. They knew what our questions would be beforehand, and they had dotted the I's and crossed the T's and checked the boxes. They had every form we could need. They had already talked to a school counselor. Here was our next steps. Here was our plan. We left there with every single question answered. And when we came home that night and we held that child close to us and hugged and kissed on that kid, it was because those teachers said, this child is so valuable. This child is worth it. This child is wonderful. This child's going to change the world. When we had questions, they answered them. When we were concerned, they listened. When we laughed, they laughed. And when we got a little bit teary, so did they. So yeah, I changed my mind and posted this video. That's my review. That's not some high education that we probably couldn't pay for anyway. That right there, that's public school. And that, teachers, is how you do it.